Welcome to the Cafe Aloha. Excuse me while I burp. To our wonderful host, Baki Asasa Abe, and those of you who have shown up tonight. God, I can remember this from when I used to do this. This one is for you.
For you.
And trust me, this is a really good one.
Is it? Yeah.
It should is. What the hell with the poetry? We'll just drink. Our feature tonight is the incredible Vito Carli. Yeah? Oh, Vito! All right.
Don't mention everybody. Happy New Year. I'm so sorry I wasn't here before. Hi everybody. It's great to meet everybody. Yeah. Well, I'll try not to. I swear I'll be good. Hopefully Charlie was good for you while I was gone.
Charlie's always good.
Charlie's awesome.
I gave them the choice of Val May Beck or Sarah Palin. They picked Sarah.
Easy choice. Well, it was tough.
No, she's better looking.
Oh, Val May Beck was a pig.
Well, we've got a lot of great features coming up in the later weeks in January, but I'm really thrilled because the beginning of the year is always this great honor to be able to have this man when he's here. I want to see you at Cafe Mestizo because I haven't been able to be there a lot since the fall. But, ladies and gentlemen, give it up to a man who does, I think, everything. Vittorio Carli! He needs his drink.
Uh-oh.
Aren't we
We're
all?
all going to be wet.
This is a poem written for Captain Beefheart, who just recently passed away. Well, Lawrence will tribute to Captain Beefheart. The thin, bony conductor waves his arms and says, a 1, a 2, a 3. And a gravelly voice bellows, I cannot go back to your frown land. Meanwhile, waves of discordant notes wash over the audience, disordering primeval order, making a hell out of heaven, while the audience placidly ponders to the angel's underwear. Thanks. I wrote around the same time for John Cage. Indeterminacy is sounds in the background, ebbing flowing like the sea, making noises, splashing up, causing chaos, disturbing transcendental meditation, waking a dreamer in mid. I have nothing to say and I'm saying it, saying it, saying it. If you find someone who's really interested in hearing sounds, they're more apt to be interested in quiet ones. Did you hear that? Nothing more than emotional identification develops your powers of observation. The sounds in the environment are no sense of interruption of the music. Get out of whatever cage you find yourself in. Indeterminacy is sounds in the background, ebbing, flowing like the sea, making noises, splashing up, causing chaos, disturbing transcendental, meditation, waking a dreamer in mid. I had nothing to say and I said it. Thanks. A fine day. A swarthy, middle-aged, Mediterranean-looking man wakes up, takes 3 kinds of medication, brushes his teeth, and eats strawberry special K mixed with bran flakes, dresses, takes a shower, drives to work, almost decides the woman he likes, decides against it, teaches 4 classes, thinks an idea for a poem, during class forgets to write down, goes past the arcade after school, grades papers while he watches TV, has dinner, checks his email, reads from the book of Job, in bed and falls asleep. The second day, the Mediterranean-looking man takes 3 kinds of medication, brushes his teeth, eats strawberry special K with bran flakes mixed in, and takes a shower, drives to work, says hi to a woman he likes, teaches 4 classes, thinks an idea for a poem, during class forgets it, forgets the chance to write it down, drives home, passes the laundry, has dinner, grades papers, as he watches TV, falls asleep while he's watching, reading Persepolis, etc., 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 ad infinitum. Thanks. I get around. I had a new spin on it. But, so this is, sure a lot of you heard this. This is, starts out with a quote from Anne Sexton. It's inspired by Frosto design. Ingmar Bergman's worst nightmare. To be without God is to be a snake that wants to swallow an elephant. It was June 1959 when God appeared before him. He had recently divorced, and his ex had taken his children from Sweden. At least he thought it was God. He took the form of a white dimpled spider. He addressed him directly, saying, "Keep all the commandments, but especially love your neighbor." Then he paused for effect as he drained dry a fly, and he snared in his web. He disappeared into darkness. To be without God is to be a snake that wants to swallow an elephant. One must see the night before one can realize the day. Thanks. Here's one I did for a Godard film. It's actually in the shape of a gun.
Bang, bang.
Yeah. I'm watching Made in USA by Godard, and Marianne Faithfull just sang as tears go by in a cafe scene. She never looked as fair, fragile, and weathered again. Anna Karenina just shot Dave Goodis, flashing blood on his striped shirt. He was not the piano player. It was really a political film, just like a Walt Disney movie, more blood and Apollinaire. The naivete of the left was inevitable as miniskirts, political assassination, Coca-Cola ads. I'd rather spend a weekend at Italian beach with a camcorder, a girl, and a gun. Poetry shows the truth, but obscurity for its own sake only takes you so far. Thanks. This is, I actually asked the photographer to give me her favorite photo. I told her I'd do a poem, to go with it. And she gave me a photo of a gutted deer. So this is a photo. Love is a feeling that is not real towards someone who does not exist. Jacques Lacan. Snow white, dark, white, queen, slave comes in the day and night. Who can resist her icy warmth, urge to fill an empty gas, fling herself into the void? Is she a guardian angel trailing streams of glory, a Christabel from hell, or something in between? Her hard, soft kisses heal, damage him. Her tender, rough caresses excite, etherize him. When she stays late, she sabotages his sleep. When she departs early, she leaves him feeling like a gutted deer. She always disappears, sulking a puff. Is she part real or all smoke and mirrors? Thanks. Okay, I'm going to need Dan. Can I have another volunteer too? Another volunteer?
Hey, I
Go up. Okay, come up.
All right. Did you work with someone, Dan?
Yeah, you can get it, you can do this one. Just when I start, you can use it, you can unroll the paper, you can get up.
Do it over with
Just
this?
starting a poem, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, this is a poem I wrote during a Dan Gosden performance. Vomiting Words at the Mingus Awareness Project. Brief encounter, culture, charity, free write, fly the kite, like Coleman or without a net. Ellingtonian mom passed on this year in front of son's grieving face. Charles Joe Wannick Mingus was on bass. Dan Clifford Brown, Godson's Whale was beyond the pale. Sky scraping, cloud skipping, honey dripping, gender flipping, like a made-up score for four or more. Miles Davis, Staples, Mavis, and Quincy Troop are not coming home this year. Towerful virgin powers, fall crash explode until the sky street is covered in empty full. And the Russian Army of the Night performance was more stale press than this here terse verse, coming down, like Charlie Mingus's The Clown, and like Dickinson's work may receive slant attention. Let's give former poet laureate Mark Strand a hand. Thanks. Okay, let's hear it for Dan and Monty.
Yay! I have to re-roll your tail.
Okay. Wonderful
whole snowstorm, man.
A bit organized.
It's a waste of precious natural resources.
Poetry, though, that's what makes it all meaningful.
Wasting natural resources?
You have any trees tied to that whole absorber?
Somebody save it. Frame it with the poem.
This is something from last week. New poem, N-U. Touch me not, for I have not yet ascended to my Father. I adore the words from the Gospels. I abhor the way they have been regurgitated, misinterpreted, assimilated. A suburb is not just a place that's missing arcane, profane fire. It is fastidious, oblivious, insidious. The constant originality is exotic, feeling as escargot espresso. Pusillanimous sermons about what's the bomb, who's the bum, and the joys of remodeling and aluminum siding. The skiddy is not just a place for incessant concupiscence. It is both pit and precipice. But at the very least, it allows room for inflation, deflation, destabilization. Judge not lest you be judged in poetry. Thanks. I think Dave Hernandez once said that he did a poetry reading and he told him not to do anything political. And so he did something political. So this is 12 good subjects for wholesome, obscenity-free poems. Young, chaste love. Born-again virginism. Just find a way not to use the word virgin. The miracle of Disney or Hanna-Barbera. the beauty of grandchildren, why my grandchildren are the brightest, cleverest, and most attractive. Why we are proud to be Americans, kiss the flag. Why young people have no respect these days is those internets, the MTV, and pop culture. How people, including Jews and Muslims, should just get along, darn it. How movies, TV, family life, male-female relations, and marriage are not as good as they used to be. How Sound of Music, or E.T., with a song for Titanic from Titanic, uplifted you or your family. Flowers, trees, and birds, but only with no sexual connotations, or fruit, excluding cherries and bananas. How globalization and the war in Iraq are good for our country. The personal relationship with God that supports the bears, with a God that supports the bears, and wants to ransack the Middle East. Thanks. You can join me for this one. You can just yell out when I wave.
We know what to yell.
What?
I think we know what to yell.
Okay. Well, there's a couple. Whatever happened to Shag? Let's try it out
Oh.
when I wave.
Whatever happened to Shag?
Okay, one more time.
Whatever happened to Shag?
I used to see him all around town.
Whatever happened to Shag?
Amidst the shakers, the fakers, the common clowns.
Whatever happened to Shag?
I saw him looking for love with a beauty and rainbow.
Whatever happened to Shag?
He was at every art party and gave him a glow.
Whatever happened to Shag?
He had a steady girlfriend for a while that made him terribly happy.
Whatever happened to Shag?
His light verse was quick, clever, witty, and snappy.
Whatever happened to Shag?
He wore a student beard and was thin as a rail.
Whatever happened to Shag?
He wore a funky hat and his skin was pale.
Whatever happened to Shag?
On occasion he was caustic, but he never was mean.
Whatever happened to Shag?
I hope he comes back and re-enters the scene.
Whatever happened to Shag?
Thanks.
I saw him down the street one day.
Yeah?
Yeah. Looking for dollars.
Buying some crap?